Hello everyone and welcome to 35 Plus Where to Shop and our weekly retailer review. My name is Fiona Keary and I'm the founder of Style Liberation, and I'm here to help you find the perfect pieces for you based on your style personality, colour palette, body shape and also dress code as well. So for those of you in the Facebook group, you may have noticed on Tuesday I was taking a client shopping and I was going to do a different retailer this week. However, based on the number of wins we had at this particular retailer, and because my client hadn't actually shopped there before, I thought it was very much the perfect retailer to share with you today. So it is Marcs. Now, Marcs was actually originally established back in 1979 as a place to showcase international menswear brands. And since then, since that time, it's really moved into women's and men's clothes and those sort of luxury basics with a little bit of a twist. Look, it has been through some turbulent times. Last year it went into voluntary administration, but luckily Maya has bought the brand. Which is brilliant because I have been a long time fan of Marcs. And the reason I do is because it really suits my style personality. It's got that fun vibe to classic, elegant pieces. So I really, really do love this brand. It does those really great cuts season on season, but changes it up a bit so that you feel like you've got something different to play with and introducing new colours and patterns all the time. So when it comes to style personality, it's very much elegant because of its use of colour, although it has those classic shapes, and the creativity comes in not so much the cut and the colour so much, but the print and pattern and the texture that this brand uses. So I can't wait to show you some of my favourites, because if you are an elegant, classic or creative, and you like something a little bit different, then I think you're really going to enjoy Marcs. Colour palette wise, look, for those of you who are warmer colour palettes, so warm and clear, and if those variations are in a warm and muted, look, you'll find the odd piece here and there, and you'll notice if you go through the website at the moment, you'll find some of those warm and clears, and there might be an odd one or two warm and muted as well. But predominantly they do work within a cool blue-based colour palette. So they'll have really bright, cool colours and also some of those more soft, dusty and muted. Saying that, however, they do neutrals really well. So you'll have your navies in there, your greys, your blacks, your whites, creams, taupes. Not a great deal of beige and camel that I've seen over the last few seasons. However, as navy works for most people, it's a really good place to pick up some of those base pieces like your pants and your jackets and coats and some skirts as well. So I'll show you a couple of those in my favourites too. When it comes to body shape, they do cater for all body shapes. So they cater from everyone from a triangle body shape through to an hourglass, rectangle and inverted triangle as well. What really probably is a little bit more important here is the colour palette, the style personality, and also when it comes to the sizing. So you're looking at a size 4 up to a size 14. The thing to bear in mind is that not every piece comes in a size 14. I notice some of their coats and jackets only go to a 12, for example. Now, I think the reason they do this is that they're very much marketing towards petite. So I know that this range is really great for petites. In particular, the lengths of tops and jackets, the lengths of their skirts and also their pants. You'll notice they do a lot more of the cropped or 7/8, which end up still being 7/8 or a full length on someone who is petite. So that's very much their market. So petites through with that. When it comes to price points, you're looking at about $149 starting point for a dress, about $139.95 for a skirt or a pant, $69.95 for your tees through to your knits, and then $129.95, and that's on sale for their jackets and their coats as well. So I would say for them, trying to find them, you can find Marcs online, and their online store is great, easy to navigate, really good size guide there. And what you'll notice now is because Maya has bought the brand, you'll find concessions at Maya across Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Hobart, South Australia, and also Western Australia. You will still find some Marcs concessions at David Jones as well. I know, for example, here in Canberra, we do still have Marcs in our David Jones concession. However, what I do find is we have usually the most up-to-date stock in the Maya concession there, which is great. The thing to know about delivery, it's free for all orders over $150 or $8 if it's under $150, and they do have free returns, which is brilliant. So if you do want to try quite a few pieces on and then return, and you can return by either Australia Post or Parcel Point as well, which again is really great if you can't, you're not near a post office, so it's just easier to go to your local newsagents or Parcel Point place. And they also have a 30-day return period as well. So let's crack on and check out my favourites here. So first up, I wanted to show you the cape dress. And I know a good shirt dress is sometimes a little bit tricky to find. And this shirt dress is great. I've had a couple of clients who have actually purchased this dress, and even triangle body shapes, even with the pockets on the hips, they are actually quite flattering. I've shown you this dress is one because it's a neutral, so all colour palettes can pretty much wear this. It has a great shape to it. The fabric is quite thick, which I find is really great in a shirt dress because it keeps that structure. And it's got beautiful lines to it. And I love that you can put the sleeves up and down, so it makes it more trans-seasonal as well. And it's a really good length as well. So for most people, it's just on the knee or just above the knee, which I find is a good length. As we remember, you always finish things at the narrowest part of your leg. So I find that that's a really flattering length for most ladies. So again, one of my favourites here. Now, the belt does come off. So, you know, if you are much straighter through your torso, then you can leave it as more of a shift as well and just remove the belt loops. So it's really versatile and works really, really well. I love that it cinches in at the waist. So if you are a rectangle body shape and you have a higher waist, you can always remove those belt loops as well and put the belt up a little bit higher, because I do find it does sit at just that natural waist there. So next up, I'll just show you if I can get to it, is the Speckle Long Love Long Sleeve knit. Now, look, this is just one example of the knits that they do, and this is a style that they do season on season, but what they'll do is they'll do slightly different embellishments. So I don't know whether you can see here, but there's actually a little embellishment of a love heart on these ones. So again, just that little bit of quirky and fun coming through. They also do have plain options as well. So what I find in the colour ranges, they'll go everywhere from those sort of dusty pinks and blues through to those richer deep plums, berries, cobalt blues, and also forest greens as well. I love this shape because what they often do is do more of that fitted or semi-fitted shape, which is great for combining with skirts and pants if you're creating them more of that hourglass shape. So their fit does tend to be more fitted to semi-fitted rather than boxy and soft. However, saying that, if we look at their shirts and blouses, yes, they are a little bit more boxy and soft. They've got a little bit more flow to them. However, they still have that gentle shaping through as well. And this is one of their silk shirts. Now, I have a couple of their shirts and I love this. And look, as a person who doesn't enjoy doing laundry, who hates to iron, however, still wants to look really good and wears fabrics that are really luxurious and feel comfortable against the skin, I put mine in the wash on a delicate cycle and then I just hang it up to dry and it's perfect. Doesn't require a little bit of steaming and ironing, however, it does end up looking really great. So you don't have to hand wash these if you're scared of silk. I also have two young boys who like to put dirty fingers on me, and the blouse, which actually has a white background, has still survived. So just putting it out there, don't be scared off by the silk. Again, these come in lots of different colours. So what you'll notice is each season they'll have a colour range, and then the following season they'll do a new colour range and some new prints and patterns as well. So if it does end up being one of your favourites, then what you can do is upgrade sort of every year and add another colour into the mix. What I also like is some seasons they put the pockets on and others will not have the pockets on as well. and they'll have blouses as well in the silk. So more of a plainer front, and often what they do at the back is have a jersey tee fabric at the back, just to give you that luxury at the front and a little bit more of that comfort at the back as well. So big fan of their shirts. So again, it's one of those things that you can tuck it into a skirt or pants to create more of that hourglass shape, or leave it out to create a little bit more of that inverted triangle shape as well. Now, this has been a huge hit with the Style Liberation alumni. So I think one of our lovely 35 plus Facebook group members also posted this one in, and I think it was the deep purple was posted. No, possibly not even the deep purple. It might be, it's one of the other really great colours, but I'll just go back to our duck egg blue. So this has been a hit, and the reason being is it's not a really thick jacket. It's one of those jackets that really does the job of getting you to and from somewhere without feeling overly bulky or heavy. It is a wool felted jacket, so it feels beautiful and really comfortable. The other reason I really like it, it's quite versatile because you've got that funnel neck and the zip. You can leave it open and it still gives you some shape. You can zip it up, and I find if you zip it up just to underneath the bust, again, it gives you that hourglass shape and opens up that space, in particular if you have a bust size more than like a C or a D. Whereas if you zip it all the way up, it's perfect for someone like me who is lacking in that area, to give a little bit more fullness around that area in particular. So it's really quite versatile in how you wear it, depending on your body shape and what works for you. So another reason. And great at the moment, really great value with $100 off at the moment, and so many different colours to choose from as well. And then last but not least, my favourite is our pants. Now this is one of them. This is the Paint Mini Check Pant. Now there is also the Alexa pant as well, which is slightly longer. And what I might do is I might just find that right now for you, because while the patent is great, I do want to show you the modern Alexa, which what I find, here we go, even though, oh, it doesn't want to bring it up, it wants to bring the patent, but just know that the modern Alexa is more of that lighter navy colour. This one's quite a darker navy, so they come in a different tones of navy, depending on which one works for you better. And what I would say is, even though they look quite cropped and short here, I'm about 164, 165 centimetres, and I do find it finishes on the ankle for me. So even though it's a 7/8 pant, you are really looking around that ankle. It's not cropped so much. What I would say with this, and as I say with many pants, because of the fabric, what you want to do is it's a slim fit. So when you put them on, they are going to feel a little bit tight, and you want them to feel tight. You don't want them to feel too loose. And the reason being is because they give within about half an hour. So I usually get people to try them on at the beginning of our trying on session and try lots of different tops and have some movement in them, because what they find is they do give and loosen up, and then they feel quite comfortable and look more relaxed on the leg compared to when you first put them on. The reason I say that is because if you go for a larger size, what often happens is they become too baggy, start to fall down, and they look too big for you. That's my top tip in relation to pants there. So they are just a few of my favourites. We've got the shirts, the blouses, the knitwear, and the dress as well. And if you have a look on the site, you'll see that it's absolutely brimming with colour. Love. So if you want to find out more great retailers that will suit your style personality, your body shape, your colour palette, and your dress code, or you want some more information about each of those, like what your style personality might be, or the dress code, or your colour palette, do download www.35plusweartoshop.com and download our free guide, 35 Plus Wear to Shop, where we will provide you with lots of inspiration there. And if you're not watching this in our Facebook group, hop on over to 35 Plus Wear to Shop and join us, where we're all helping each other find the perfect pieces for us. See you next week. Bye.